Do you think Colin Kaepernick is being unfairly kept out of the NFL? You may be a Kaepernick, someone who capes up for Colin because you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Here's some other signs you might be a Kaepernick. You might be a Kaepernick if you think staying woke means following HuffPo on Twitter. You can't tell the difference between Malcolm X and Malcolm Jamal Warner. You think Colin Kaepernick is like Jim Brown. Just kidding. You don't even know who Jim Brown is. The only experience you've had in the projects was your middle school science fair. The only time you've been afraid of the police is when your parents took you to see RoboCop. You like the 49ers because you'll support anyone that wears red. And finally, you don't know about football. Wow. All right, welcome back. Ray Lewis is back, and we're joined now by Jim Jackson. Let's move to the Kaepernick-in-chief, Jim Harbaugh, who kicked off the Wolverines' practices yesterday in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Harbaugh gets a ton of love from the media, people like Colin Cowherd, for all his antics, and gets paid a ton of money. But the eccentric coach has yet to beat Ohio State or make the playoff in either of his first 2 years. Cowherd, does your boy still need to prove himself in Michigan?
Not at all. First of all, who does beat Ohio State regularly? How about we start with nobody? Last time they beat Alabama, Ohio State beat Alabama. Secondly, Saban clicked in his third year, won a title. First year, he lost to Louisiana Monroe. Second year, he got boat raced by Utah in a bowl game. Listen, this was a bad program. Their losses are really close. They lost 3 games last year.
Michigan, a bad program. All the money they spend.
They were a mess with
all
Brady
the money
Hoke.
they spend there.
Okay, so they're losing to good teams in close games. I look at their schedule right now. They're going to be favored in every game except late November at Wisconsin's the first game they're probably not favored in. They have a very good chance to go 10-0 to start the season. Year 3,
if that doesn't happen,
it's going to happen.
if they're 7-3,
oh God, they're not going to be. They're not going to be 7.
The guy returns one defensive starter. The receiving core has been depleted. Listen, I like Jim Harbaugh.
It doesn't sound like.
No, I like Jim Harbaugh, but he's got to prove something. I know you and Ray and everybody else love to crown people before they've ever accomplished anything.
Crown people?
Before they've ever accomplished anything. Look, Nick Saban in his 10th season as a head coach, which is Harbaugh's 10th season right now, won a national title. Urban Meyer did it in his 6th season. It's time for Jim Harbaugh to put up or shut up. And look, Nick Saban, all these other guys, did they go around and make a spectacle of themselves and make themselves the focus of college football year-round? He's put the pressure on himself. He needs to back it up.
I think he's really good.
Well, this comes from Ohio State guy. I mean, I love Jim Harbaugh from the fact that he's made the conference, the rivalry more interesting.
Yes.
Because we needed him.
He's 0-2.
But it doesn't. Yeah. But it doesn't matter because we needed Michigan to be relevant again in the conversation from a national perspective. It's like Indiana in the Big Ten. If Indiana is not that good, then it hurts in basketball. It hurts the overall conference. You can have Michigan State being good, Wisconsin, all you want, but without Michigan being relevant in the conversation, it doesn't matter. Now, Jim has brought that to the table in regards to relevancy to not only the Big Ten, but from a national perspective. Now, it is, I figured it would be 3 to 5 years before Jim would actually break through and win something significant. Because
Every
he had to
year
start
they kept getting them great
I said 3 to 5. I said 3 to 5.
Yeah,
I never said 3.
Right,
3 to 5.
And even if you stay with Jim, think about what he's done for that program from a respect level of what Michigan
They're
once
the most
was.
talked about program right now.
Absolutely. And it's 100% because
no
of
wonder
him.
y'all love OBJ. Y'all love talk. Most talked about.
What I'm saying is regardless on if this man goes and win a ring, he has took the program and got the program back on track. If you watch Michigan football now, it's back the way it used to be played.
There's one person at this table who lived in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Y'all act like that's not a 100,000-seat stadium that's had 100,000 people in there every damn year. He make Michigan relevant. Schembechler made Michigan
They didn't have 100,000 like that a couple years ago. Not like that. Not like the excitement.
Here's
the thing. I will say this.
Harbaugh saved the entire program.
John Cooper, when I was at Ohio State, as good of coach as he was, he couldn't beat Michigan. They got him out of there. Okay? It's going to be the same thing at some point with Harbaugh, that he has to be able to beat Ohio State. But in his third year, I'm not giving up on that. I said, but not in his third year.
He's got to beat somebody.
He got to beat Ohio State.
How much time you want to give him, Whit?
Listen. I like, respect, think he's a tremendous coach.
Okay.
I just want the proof on
How
the
much
field.
time are you giving him? Let me write this down.
This year, he needs to show up
This year.
and
Do what?
beat
And do
Ohio
what?
State.
And do what?
And beat Michigan State. He needs to do.
Oh, he's going to beat Michigan State.
Michigan State's down. But again, it's like y'all.
Can he have one or the other? What if he loses to Ohio State? They say they go.
He needs to beat Ohio
Say,
State.
say they have one
he needs
loss,
to beat
but
Ohio
they
State.
get into the playoffs and they move on.
Playoffs,
So now,
I'm shut
so
up.
does it
If he
even?
gets
Okay.
in the
Okay.
playoffs,
All
I'm
right.
shut
By the
up.
way,
Okay.
let's say he loses to Ohio State. I have them winning the national title. So if when Les
that
Miles
settles
lost
it.
to Alabama, when Les Miles lost to Alabama, bad year. Who's beating Alabama?
Right.
Nobody's beating the Patriots.
Colin.
Nobody's
Right.
beating the Warriors.
Colin, we keep putting Harbaugh in the same category as Saban and Meyer.
We should.
And I'm saying
Have
you
they
gotta
been to a
earn
Super
that.
Bowl?
I'm saying you got to earn it.
If he was on the open market today,
I don't care.
NFL and college, he'd be the #1 prospect over Urban Meyer because nobody knows if he can coach NFL.
He not only can coach, man, but he's one heck of a player's coach, man. Like, these kids, they love playing for him. Like, and you can see it. You can see it in his coach. And so I'm like, Jim, I give him 3 to 5.
Let's say this. They don't love playing for Nick Saban. You know what they love doing for Nick Saban?
Winning.
And
They're winning
at
in
the highest
Michigan.
level.
They're winning in Michigan.
No.
Okay.
Nick Saban got plenty of these. Plenty. And we keep talking about Harbaugh like he's got them. He doesn't have them.
Harbaugh.
Let's prove it.
Okay, remember, everybody does it differently. Like Lou Holtz didn't go to a program. Like Urban's a turnaround guy. It's always taken Saban 3 years. Took him 3 years at Michigan State, 3 years at LSU. He won big at Alabama. Some guys do it overnight. Parcells, Urban Meyer. Other guys have a different strategy. Year 3 is his college year. This is when he does it.
Look, some guys stay put long enough to get the job done. They don't irritate every damn body they've ever worked with and get run out. That's the difference between Harbaugh and Nick Saban. Jim Harbaugh has done a tremendous job. And you think I'm joking when I say this. He's done a tremendous job with Brady Hoke's recruits. Now I want to see a national championship. I want to see him beat Ohio State. Then I'll be perfectly fine. You want to put him on the mount with Nick Saban and Bear Bryant and John Robinson and Jimmy Johnson and the people that have actually won the whole damn thing? I'll be perfectly fine with it. But he ain't done it yet. Coming up, Kevin Durant just tried to slam LeBron James and it backfired big time. I'll explain. Next!
You need your blood.